Squad, what's going on? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So you can tell I got the cat all shiny and clean. Got 2 carb meets tomorrow, so it's gonna be a big day, so I had to get her all pretty. But one thing that I didn't explain, or maybe I didn't explain in detail, was Compustar, right? My new security, right? So I told you guys I got the Compustar T-12, which is this, right? Armed, all that good stuff. In the install video, I may have explained exactly how it worked, but I don't know if I went into detail about everything. As you can see, there's 3 Mustangs back there. That's the new 2024 in red, all 3 of them right there. That's the trash only trim that they got there. But yeah, getting back to the Hellcat, Compustar T-12 is what I got on my car right now. Now, the benefit of Compustar T-12 is not only is it a audible alarm, as in if somebody touches it, it's going to scream to the high heavens, flash, the lights and all that stuff are going to flash, side markers are going to flash, headlights are going to flash, tail lights going to flash, but it's a kill switch and it's also a GPS. So I can GPS it from my phone. I've showed you guys that in the past. Now, what I didn't explain is one of the best parts about it. And the best part about it is that it kills the red key. Look at that. Nothing works. And the reason that it kills the red key, right? So obviously my car starts in red key mode. It's going to give me the full power, right? Because this remote has been programmed to mimic the red key. Now, the benefit of killing this is that this being dead stops people from stealing this signal and tricking my car into starting and ultimately moving, right? That's how they steal our cars nowadays, right? So what they'll do is they will come up to your house, they'll use a device, somehow or another will steal the signal from your key to your car, and then once they've done that, it literally is as simple as hitting the unlock button on whatever device they've got, and it'll open up the car, start the car, just like your key would. But with Compustar, everything goes through Compustar. All right, you can hear some BS going on. Everything goes through Compustar. Nothing goes through the original red key. Now, I have to have the red key with me in order to use the Compustar, right? But the red key no longer has any function. So this signal cannot be stolen. This signal cannot be replicated. Everything has to come through the Compustar, and obviously Compustar, this signal can't be replicated either because it's something completely different. It's completely different from any Dodge signal that Dodge produces. So it's pretty much, I'm not going to say unstealable because anything is possible, but it's damn near in a situation where it can't be replicated, right? So like I said, it kills the red key. The red key technically still has a timeout period. So once I hit this, disarm. Oh, you hear somebody over there getting active. So boom, I get in it. Let's chill for a minute. So I disarmed it. Now let's look at that. Here's where the kill switch factor comes into play. Now this is all one shot. I'm not forcing it or speeding it up or nothing. You saw that, right? All right, so after a certain amount of time, it kills the engine. It's not lit up anymore. It's completely dead. Up until, so it's an engine kill switch. It kills the red key as well, takes the signal away from it, up until you have to rearm it or re-disarm it rather, because there's a timeout period. And then boom, it's alive again. And all the lights and everything else comes on, right? So it's an engine kill switch, kills the red key, and it's an alarm. And obviously you can do all of this from your phone. The drone mobile app. It's all right here. Lock, unlock, remote start, all that stuff. So it also has the remote start feature on the side of it. Right? You can do all that. Now, with that being said, all right, so with that being said, that's not the end all be all. Why? Because I'm still banging with Carlock, which is what you literally saw as I was filming the video. So the benefit of Carlock is the vibration detection and the engine start. So one thing that I will say is I believe that Carlock is still more sensitive than drone mobile when you get inside of the car. Let me say that correctly. So if you are on the outside of the car and you're pushing it, and I'm not going to set the alarm off right now because I'm actually in a public area with a lot of people or whatever, and they're playing baseball and shit, so I'm not going to set the alarm off. But if you're pushing up against the car while it's armed, it's going to set off an audible alarm. Right now, that's one thing that Carlock does not have, the fact that it doesn't have an audible alarm. It's more like a notification alarm system, where it's going to let you know that something's going on with your car, but it's not going to let everybody else know. And obviously it's not a kill switch, but either way, it's still going to give you the vibration detection. So you're going to get both. And I believe that Carlock is a little more sensitive than Drone Mobile, to be quite, Compustar. Drone Mobile is the name of the app. I still think Carlock is a little more sensitive when it comes to just overall vibrations. Like if you were to open the trunk, you know you're going to get a Carlock notification. If you were to open the door and close it back, Carlock notification. If you were to sit in the car while Carlock is still activated, you're going to get a notification, vibration detection. So Drone Mobile, you're not going to get that. With Drone Mobile, you're going to get anybody trying to break in, break the windows, glass break, which is most important. Somebody breaks your glass, you're going to get a audible alarm to your Apple Watch if you're wearing one, to your phone as well. And then obviously the alarm's going to go off. If someone's pushing up against your car, making it move and vibrate, you're going to get the same thing, notification, the alarm's going to go off. It's got the tilt sensor, so if someone tries to literally lift your car, let's say they decide, hey, listen, we know this guy's got security on his car, we can't break the window, we can't open the door, so what we're going to do is we're just going to put it on the forklift and roll out with it. It's got the tilt sensor as well, and that's going to set off the same things, notification to your phone, audible alarm, the lights are going to flash, all that good stuff. You feel what I'm saying? All that shit's happening. But I still rock with Carlock, because Carlock, I feel like I said, is just more sensitive. Like, in the event that the door is left open and maybe I have Compustar unlocked for whatever reason, Carlock is still extremely sensitive. I run both of them. A lot of people were still asking if I'm running Carlock. You bet your ass I'm running Carlock, right? I'm still running it. I still have it plugged into the OBD. As a matter of fact, you think I'm capping? So in order for me to unlock the door, get the lights to turn on, I had to use Compustar and unlock it, because if I didn't, the alarm was going to go off. So there is Carlock right there, still rocking with it. It's unlocked right now. Everything flashes. When you want to lock it down, armed, locked. And it's locked completely at this point. Now, like I said, I want to set it off, but I got a lot of people around me, so I'm not going to. But everything goes through Compustar. The red key is dead. Once you arm it with Compustar, the red key is dead, so they can't steal the signal. So this red key is pretty much useless. Now, with that being said, if you unlock it, you've got about a 10-second period where you can use the red key. See? So even though you lock it with the red key, that does not arm Compustar, that just locks it. Once you arm Compustar, the red key is dead. So the red key still works. Don't think that it doesn't work. It's just once Compustar is activated and the car is locked down, the red key is no longer effective. Okay, but the car still reads that it's a Hellcat, and it still reads the red key signal. So I'm going to unlock it. That's what that looks like. Everything flashes 2 or 3 times. You hop in, your lights go on, and you're good to go. And then, of course, what they don't show you is they put the alarm under the hood of your car. So the alarm is actually in the engine bay. So you don't have to worry about the alarm being on the outside or like nothing wild. There's nothing crazy going on as far as the alarm is concerned. You know what I'm saying? Everything's in the engine bay of the car, right? The alarm and all that stuff. All that stuff gets tied into the engine bay. You don't have to worry about it getting hot and all that stuff. That's wild. Don't worry about that. But let me brighten you guys up a little bit. But yeah, that's 2 out of 3 of my security features on this car. I'm not going to talk about the other one just because I'm not going to talk about it. But Carlock and Compustar along with the Drone Mobile app. Now, the Drone Mobile app will run you about $9 a month, right? So I know you guys are like, oh, shit. but it will run you $9 a month. And for that, you get, let me show you. So boom, unlock it, drone mobile app. You got the ability to lock, unlock, start, stop, pop the trunk, panic, all that stuff. It's going to tell you exactly where your car is currently, location at all times. You see what I'm saying? It's going to break it down like that right there. Your car is right there. The engine is off, the speed. You can see how much battery you got, the engine off status. Everything is closed, disarmed. So the alarm is disarmed, and it's letting you know that it's disarmed. The doors are closed, trunk is closed, the temperature on the inside. Clearly it's not 93 degrees, otherwise your boy would be melting right now, but whatever. Due for maintenance, yeah, it's probably time for me to go ahead and hit that oil change. It lets you know all that stuff. Cell signal, all that stuff is there. You can track where you've been, you got your controls, all that good stuff. And so you go through that. So, I mean, every time your car has been turned on, turned off, anytime the alarm has gone off, you get that notification and you get the feed. So that's ultimately what you're paying for. You're paying for that, okay? Now, if you got money like, oh shit, if you got money like that and you want to ball out, you can get the premium subscription that's going to run you like 19. And I think the only thing that really gives you is what they call breadcrumbs. So in other words, if you're driving your car, you can literally set it up to where you get a notification every like 3 seconds that your car is moving, which will be annoying as fuck, but there are some people that want that, especially if you're letting somebody else drive your car. If you're letting somebody else drive your car and you want to know where your car is, how fast it's going, are the doors closed, is it armed, all that stuff, you can pay for that. Me, I don't need that. I just need GPS, the trip updates, and being able to lock and unlock my car wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? To my understanding, as far as people breaking in, it's not going to be easy. For one, if they break the glass, you get a notification and the alarm goes off and it kills the power to the car. The car is automatically dead as soon as you arm it. So you don't even have to worry about killing it manually. It kills it once you arm the car. To my understanding, the only way that they can steal your shit is they have got to be Dodge technicians. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to just rip out the column down here, which a lot of people have done. It's not enough to just rip that out, but you have to be specifically looking for the Compustar wires or set of wires or setup or whatever and rip that out. And once you rip that out, you may be good. But I mean, at that point, Compustar has already gone off. The alarm has gone off. Notifications have gone off. If you're running Carlock like me, that's gone off as well. So it's one of those things where, I mean, before they have time to do all that, you should already know what's going on with your car and that the fact that it's been broken into. And you need to come on outside and see what's going on. You feel me? So that's kind of in-depth what Compustar does. It does have to be professionally installed unless you're tight like that. It's not one of those things where I wouldn't suggest you getting under the hood of your car and fucking around with it unless you are 100% sure that you know what you're doing. But it does have to be professionally installed. There is a newer version, so this is the T12. There is a T13. The only thing that's different is the remote is a little different. It's not as kind of squared off and boxy as this. It's a little more rounded. And there's one other thing that I can't remember, but it wasn't important enough for me to get it installed. So he was just like, let's just do the T12. If you guys want to know who installed mine, now mind you, I'm in North Carolina. The guy that I went to is in Concord, North Carolina, which is a skip and a hop from Charlotte. I'll put his information in the description. You can hit me in the DMs on Instagram and I'll tell you exactly where I got it from, his name and all that stuff. He set me up right, and it only took him probably 5-6 hours to do it. So it's not an all-day job. It's one of those things where you drop it off in the morning and you should be able to pick it up probably by lunchtime, 1 or 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And you're good to go from there. And I mean, you got everything from your phone. You got it on your Apple Watch. I've got the Apple Watch app on here as well. But most importantly is this key right here. This key is important because this holds the power of protecting your car. You know, I think security is probably utmost important when it comes to these cars. I bought my Hellcat on a Saturday. I had my alarm installation the next Wednesday. Like, I didn't even give it a full five business days, just because, like, no, I'm not driving around in a 2023 jailbreak naked. You know what I'm saying? It did cost a little penny. I'll be honest with you. It's one of those things where you're going to have to pay to play, but you know, me personally, it's the peace of mind factor. I mean, wherever I park my car, I know that for the most part, I'm straight. All right, so another thing that I've noticed is like, so the only kind of annoying thing about this, and I'm not even going to say annoying, it's just one of those things where you need to be mindful. So like I've been sitting in my car talking for the last, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And the alarm has, I guess it has, even though it's disarmed, it's still functioning in the background. Before I open the door, I need to disarm it again. Then the lights come on and all that stuff. And then I can open the door. I think if I did it without disarming it, the alarm would go off. Yeah, the alarm would go off. So the only caveat to this system is anything that you do with this car, you need to make sure that you disarm it. Disarm it first. Because if it's armed, it's going to scream, you know, and you're going to have to wait a couple seconds before you can disarm the alarm that's going off, right? But other than that, everything else is lovely about it. I love it. Carlock, Compustar, can't go wrong.